In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Dirk Nowitzki and how he shot the basketball, his basketball shooting form. And if you're a taller player or maybe a player with a longer wingspan, then this video could actually help you become a better shooter as well. So let's get down, let's check out Dirk Nowitzki. So of course, Dirk Nowitzki was very good with his footwork as well as being able to get players up into the air. But when he did go for these shots, whether it was a floater or a regular jump shot, he would always get his shoulder and his elbow in line with the rim, and generally that basketball, at least half of it over top of his shoulder, which then allowed him to have a very accurate shot. We can see this here when he does a quick jab, and then he does go up for that shot, well, at least the shot fake first. And when he does that step back, we can see that there is no real dip on his shot. And when he does shoot, again having that shoulder and elbow in line to the basket, very soft and extremely high release is also one of Dirk's patented moves. We can see here that he does get it over top of his shoulder, but it is well above his head. He's got a high set point. And when he does release, we can see that extremely high set point and that extremely high release makes it hard for pretty much anyone to block. Now, on a pull-up jumper where he's just basically taking a dribble into it, we can see that his shoulders, when he goes down, we can see that they're over top of his knees and over top of his toes. However, he didn't exactly bend his knees a lot. He tended to actually bend them a bit more and put his butt down when he was bringing that ball from the gather up into his set point. Now, that's just a slight move. However, that's going to actually give him more power to get up, especially when you're shooting well above his head. Having that much bend on his arm, he's going to need to have a little bit more leg power, and we do see him jumping higher than somebody like a Steph Curry, because by having that huge bend on the arm and that huge two-motion shot, that takes a lot of power away. However, he's actually a quick release, especially when it comes to his wrist. So if you're a taller player, you've got a slower shot like this, and you tend to get blocked a lot. Well, here there's nobody really trying to contest his shot, but if you tend to get blocked a lot, try to have a higher release, a higher set point, a higher release. When you do that higher release, try to have a nice soft release as well with a nice bent wrist and not a hard flick. It's extremely hard to do a hard flick with a high release, and that can help you make more shots. Now here on a turnaround jumper, what we can see is the same thing. When he does a quick turnaround, we can see that he's able to get that arm in line with the basket by kicking that right leg out. And we can see this with so many different players, but remember, if you're having troubles trying to get your shot up and you've got a little bit of a slower shot, try to have that higher set point so that when you do go up to release, if you can have a high release where pretty much your arm is almost in line with your feet on the floor, even though you may be slightly bent like this, if you can have that almost vertical to the floor arm, you're going to be extremely hard to block. And we can see that here where, again, he brings up that ball from his gather, very little elbow bend going up into his set point. We can see that there is space between his palm and the ball. And on top of it all, we can see very good energy transfer. He leaves the ground at the same time as his back and his knees straighten. And remember, when you're shooting the ball, a very unknown fact or unknown secret about shooting is your lower back. Try to extend your lower back, try to get it as straight as possible, pushing your hips forward, and that is going to be really going to allow you to have extra power on this shot. And we can see here that it looks, from at least this angle, that he has that middle finger release. And we can see a little bit closer here, it does definitely look like a middle finger release. So if you're having troubles with power and you've got a two-motion jump shot, or if you're having trouble with power and you've got that extended elbow either super high, or if you've got that type of shot that's a super high set point, you're going to need to lift your body up into the air more, so bend those knees just a bit more, and then that's going to also slow down your shot, and you may find that more teams or more players are blocking your shot, and if that's the case, try to release even higher instead of forward, because that is then going to allow you to get that ball over top of some of those taller defenders or defenders who can jump higher than you. I hope that if you're a taller player that this video has helped. If it has, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.